they estimate the rock in the Llano uplift is 1.3 billion years old. 1.3 billion years old. And just to give you some perspective or context, the Jurassic period, Jurassic Park, dinosaurs, that was 56 million years ago. So you're talking like 56 million. That's half as old as this rock, even less than half as old. So,
well, way less.
56
million versus 1 point something billion.
Yeah. So, because you got to go to 100 million,
like
then 200 million. Yeah, that's like a
less than a tenth.
0.5%. Yeah, 5%.
5%. There you go.
That's crazy.
Well, I like numbers.
Yeah, man, we can add good on this show. I like rocks. I'll just bang the rocks together. And
this is an old one right here.
Yeah, because you don't go to a billion when you get to 100 million. You got to go 10 times that.
Yeah.
So whatever. All right.
That's
Tiffany,
crazy.
we are not the smartest people, but we like barbecue and rocks. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Day Tripper Podcast, the first podcast of 2023. I can't believe we got here. We did, though, so congratulations. You made it through the holidays. Good holidays?
Woo! Excellent
Good
holidays.
Christmas, good New Year's. Hopefully y'all had the same. Very memorable one this year. Good stuff. But I'm Chet Garner, the host. Joining me, my co-host, Daniel Meese, over here. And we're going to talk about our 2023 Texas travel bucket lists. All right. So we've got some things that we want to accomplish this year, and hopefully you guys do too. This is kind of a tradition on the podcast.
It's a tradition with our company. We always talk about this. Every year.
Yeah, very true. So reminder though, before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel or wherever you get this podcast, whether that's Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Like, comment, review, do all those things because they help a ton. And, shout out to our store, the sponsor of our podcast. I don't know if we have anything left to sell because you guys were amazing at Christmas time. Y'all bought a lot of stuff from our little small business, so we greatly appreciate it. But if you didn't get what you want for Christmas, we might still have some things left. All right.
If it's on the website, it's available.
It's available. That's right. Or maybe you got like some cash you need to burn through. We would love it. We got a lot of stuff at the Day Tripper General Store, Day Tripper World Headquarters. Sorry, it used to be the General Store when it was just online.
That's true.
It didn't actually have a store. Now it's the Day Tripper World Headquarters. Remember, podcast gets you a discount. Use code podcast. All right. So 2023. Where are you going, Daniel? What do you want to do?
Does that not feel weird to say?
It feels real weird. Y2K was just like last week, I think.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it. 2023. So here's a big one. I always say this because some years we make it out. Most of the time we don't. But I'm always like, I want to go out to West Texas. Because every time I think about it, it's like, it's going to take so long to get there. But then you get there and you're like, this was so worth it.
Oh, I know. It's always
like getting off the grid. I love it. But I'm going to do something different this year.
Okay.
And actually, I am literally going to do it because I've already paid for it. So I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Our family is going on our first cruise.
Woo-woo!
So
nice.
It's not technically in Texas, but we do leave
from Galveston,
which is an amazing port
city.
I'm
amazed at how big the boats are that leave out of Galveston. And that it's
crazy.
It's one of the biggest ports, like cruise ports in the country. In the world, probably.
The world. It is. Well, the crazy thing is not only that, but the cruise that we're taking is one of the largest ships in the world. It's Allure of the Seas.
Is it one of the new ones?
It's Royal Caribbean has this certain line of ships.
Yeah. I've heard of this one.
Yeah. So this one is not new. They created a new one.
The new one is like even bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay. The funny thing is, and I had to look this up.
Okay.
Like you don't know when you're building a ship that big, how big it's going to actually end up being.
What?
You would think like, well, wait, they got to know the exact thing.
Someone's got blueprints.
They said that because of the heat of the metal as they're building the ship, it can be off inches or even feet.
What?
Yeah, when you get to the very end, because you're talking about something that is bigger than like
that makes sense.
The Empire State Building, basically on its side. Like it's massive. It's just huge. So yeah, these ships are gargantuan.
But you're gonna have one that's like got the water slides.
It's got like everything on it.
Go-kart racing on a boat.
Pretty much. I think all the things you're naming we don't have, but yes. No, it literally is gonna have quite a bit.
The chocolate fountain tower.
Yeah. It's got everything.
Dude.
And
where are the stops?
Ooh, great question. Because I don't remember.
Galveston, Corpus Christi,
Galveston.
Freeport. Then we're gonna go down Port Mansfield.
Kind of just, Padre
make the
Island.
coast. That'll be our cruise line. We'll just start in Port Arthur, and it'll be all the way to South Padre.
It's a poor man's cruise.
Yeah,
but it would be great.
It'll be the cheapest one.
Yeah.
We'll get one of the used ships that's like, way outdated.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
ours is
Please
doing,
help me start this company.
It's doing Caribbean, a few Caribbean destinations, and then up to Mexico and back.
Oh, that's going to be awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
cool.
a 8-day cruise.
Do the girls know?
The girls know, and they know certain things. They don't know some other things.
Okay,
so I
okay,
can't
good.
reveal
Yeah.
too much, but yes, they do know, and they are ecstatic.
Dude, that's awesome. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So that's awesome. My Texas travel bucket list.
Here we go.
So it's not exactly anything like super flashy, but I set a record in a goal in 2022 to visit 5 new counties in Texas.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. I nailed it. So how
many you have left?
Here's my list. I've got 17 counties left to visit. And the
man.
problem with it is they're freaking way far away for the most part. Now, there's a couple strange ones that I think should be pretty easy to get to. I've just never driven through them. Like over there by Graham, Mineral Wells, Jack County, Baylor County, Archer County.
Wait, but you've been to Graham, so
Yeah, but that was Young County.
oh, it just
So
north.
if I had wanted to make the crew drive, like, I know y'all are excited about getting home and seeing your family. Guess what? We're going to go take pictures of courthouses.
I mean,
And so
if it was only like 20, 30 minutes.
you know what? That's what I've learned. Like, if you're trying to see counties, like, oh, it's just the next county over, and then the
Yeah,
next county over from that. Add 3 hours, man.
That's true.
It's going to
That's
be
true.
a haul. So this year, or last year, I should say, 2022, went to Terrell County, Sanderson. I had never been there. The least populated county in Texas, Winkler County, Mentone. Saw 2 that are up on the Red River, Fannin and Red River County. And then Edna, I forget what county that's in. Whatever, it's down by the coast, sort of. So now I've got this list of most random places. So, like, my bucket list is literally to go to Ochiltree County. That's not
a tough
exactly
one.
getting. I'm going to bet that I am the only person in America whose bucket list includes going to Ochiltree County. And
It
that
could
right
be.
there.
But,
I got 17 left.
There's got to be a club that you could join once you've hit all 254.
It's the 254 Club. It's very exclusive.
It has to be. I mean, I know Beto
Well, there's a lot, but
O'Rourke
yeah, he
is
did
in
it. He did an event in all of them. And then I've met someone before that their goal was to run a race in all of them.
Yeesh.
And so they ran like either a 5K or a marathon.
Count me
in
out of
every, in every county. And they were funny because they were like, they got to Winkler County, which is, no, sorry, Winkler, it's Loving County.
Loving.
Winkler's Kermit next to it.
There you go.
Loving County.
Is the smallest.
Yeah,
or
Loving County.
Least populated.
And
smallest is Rockwall.
Smallest, yes,
Least
by land.
populated is
Loving County. Population, 82.
I was going to say 100.
The whole county has
Yeah,
80,
some of them
80 something people in it.
left us.
So they wanted to run a race, but of course there's no one out there organizing a race. So that they had to be officially sanctioned. So they called the judge.
Wow.
And he's like, hey, we're going to run a race at the courthouse on this day. Will you sanction it? He's like, well, okay, I don't care. Yeah, sure. So he publishes it on like the bulletin board. And they said they showed up at 5 a.m. Like they had maybe 10 people who were all trying to get this.
Record show out.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, they said it was cool because all these big old trucks started coming out of the wilderness. Like all these headlights. They're like, who are all these people? They're like, no one's ever done anything in our county. And so some of them ran, but some of them were just like, we're just going to drive it.
Wow.
And they drove the race.
I'm just here to watch.
I know. Yeah.
Never seen
It's the most
something like
exciting thing to happen in Loving County in the last 50 years. Someone run
Until
a race there.
you show up.
Oh, already done. Already done, guys. I passed through. Loving County is literally just a bunch of oil derricks and a courthouse.
Yeah.
That's about it. So, and then speaking of lists, I'm usually not a list guy, but I'm getting closer and closer to eating all the new top 50 list.
Really?
I'm
I
pretty
didn't know
good.
that was something you were trying to do.
It wasn't really until I started like going to all these random places in Texas. I was like, well, I'm here. Might as well like wind through and eat some barbecue. And then I started looking at the list. I'm like, I'm getting pretty good. Now I'm not getting the passport stamps. So some of these places like so it's the Texas Monthly Top 50, right? They create the sort of pinnacle barbecue list of the best joints in Texas, and they have this passport where you can go to all the joints and you get a passport stamp.
Right.
And if you get all the stamps, you get free swag from Coca-Cola, like a cooler and a hat and a barbecue set and all this stuff. So if I've been, I don't have to go this year to this. So a lot of these, like I went within the last 5 years, but like I've done them. That's fine. Check the box, move on. I'm not going to go back and retrace. There's too much new barbecue to eat.
Yes,
very rarely do I like go back to a place to eat again.
What do you think doing the full 50 would cost a person?
Oh gosh. So, dude, barbecue is so expensive. I went to 1701 in Beaumont not too long ago, and I'm like, I need a little sampler platter. $75. I walked out of there at $75. Now the guy did like kind of load me heavy, and I was like, I didn't stop him. Does that look good? Maybe a little more. Does that look good? Maybe. But you know, like that's just barbecue, man.
I know.
So pricey. So, dude, yeah, I'm eating into the kids' college fund to go and do this, but
it's an expensive.
Daddy's got to have goals. All right, I'm teaching my kids to have goals.
There you go.
I'm using your money, kids. Set goals. But there's someone here that like Burnt Bean in Seguin that I just can't believe I haven't been to. Guest Family Barbecue in Waco. I've been to Waco 100 times. So anyway, some of these should be easy to get to.
Nice.
Easier than the counties.
Yeah.
And that's basically my bucket list. I'm going to have a bunch of other stuff I do, but those are like the two things that I'm setting my sights on.
Cool.
And saying, bam, that's what it is. All right. Okay. So that's what we're doing in 2023. What you been up to since the last podcast, Daniel?
Oh, you mean
people in.
last year?
All the way back to last year. Yeah.
Well, I have been doing a lot of different things. There's something coming up actually pretty soon, though, I've been prepping for, and I'm a little nervous about it.
What's this?
To be honest. I'm getting LASIK.
Woo, woo,
that's why
dude.
I'm wearing my glasses today. I don't
That's
really
why.
wear glasses.
I thought you'd lost your contacts or something.
Yeah,
That's
I've worn contacts for 25 years now.
Yeah.
It's something ridiculous like that. And glasses, too. And, I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this.
Doing it.
And I spoke with your wife, and she was like...
She did it in March or April.
She said, I wish I'd done it sooner.
Yeah, that's what everybody says, right?
And so I'm finally just like, you know what? I'm doing it. But I'm in that phase right now where before my next appointment, I have to have no contacts on for a period of time. And
Yeah. Let them adjust. Dude, you're going to... I mean... I haven't had to have it, but like my mom had it, my brother had it, my wife had it, and they all say the same thing. Game changer.
Game changer.
Dude.
I know.
You'd be so much better at editing now. Crystal clarity everywhere. And, the camera focus.
I know. You always say all my shots are out of focus, and now I think I'll figure out why.
I had the wrong prescription. Oh, man. Highlight of December, Christmas, lights, family, but we got to go to a Cowboys game.
Oh, yeah.
In December. City of Arlington was nice enough to invite me, my wife, and Fielding all to a game.
That's cool. They were jerks enough not to invite me.
And
and so I don't care.
Next time. But we were in that box that's at field level. So like half of you is underground.
Wow.
And you're watching the players they're right there going back and forth. They're monsters. You see them on TV, they look sort of like normal guys wearing pads. They're just enormous. All of them are enormous.
It's like they do it for a living or something.
I know. Yeah, almost. So that was a big highlight. That
was cool.
All right. So let's move into our little variety show, if you will. First up, Meanwhile in Texas. While you've been listening to this podcast, lots of stuff's been going on in the Lone Star State. This is Meanwhile in Texas. All right, so this is where we bring a crazy news story, something a little different that we found in the Lone Star State, just to have a laugh or scratch our heads a little bit. What'd you find, Daniel?
Yeah, so, okay, normally I find a story of something that's just funny. This time I found something that happened, or it's what they talked about in Texas, but it's not necessarily funny. It's just very like, whoa, this is crazy.
Okay.
So they recently discovered, maybe not recently, Texas crickets are so smart they can tell you the temperature.
Whoa.
Have you heard this?
No.
Okay. So this is not in a specific place. Honestly, this is anywhere, but they're talking about the crickets in Texas because this is that time of year. We're kind of getting out of that time of the year, but
yeah,
when you go fall to winter, they're falling out of vents in your
Oh
house.
yeah,
Like they're just
crickets are
everywhere.
over the top.
You
And
know?
some years are way worse than others. I mean, who knows?
Oh gosh. So here's what's crazy. They say that if you listen to a cricket chirp for 15 seconds,
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
Count how many chirps in that span and then add 40. That is the exact temperature outside.
What? I'm gonna have to try this.
I know. And
There was one I swore it was in my closet like 2 nights ago, and I'm like, where is it?
Oh, yeah.
Chase ain't pulling the clothes down. It was just outside the window. Eventually, I tracked it.
they're like
But
the hardest
it was-
things to find.
Oh, so hard.
And so
And then when
frustrating.
you get close, they stop.
And
It's
that
like
is
hide and
actually
seek.
So I've heard this from a lot of people, people that live like out in the
Yeah,
woods
in the
off the
wood,
grid. They say that crickets are one of the best deterrents or things that you can have around you if you're trying to know what's happening. Because if you think about it, your house is quiet, you hear crickets, and all of a sudden they stop. You should know something's outside that made them stop.
Oh, yeah.
Or there could be a big change in weather or something's going
Yeah.
on that's like, wow, something's about to happen.
Something happened. Yeah.
Something's going down. So that's like one of those old man tricks. You live out in the country, But I did
All of a
not
sudden,
know.
Grandpa's got the crazy eye, and he started. What happened, Grandpa? The crickets stopped chirping. Crickets stopped chirping. Yeah.
Everybody quiet down. So yeah,
Go look under my bed, son. Get the shotgun. Something's happened.
if crickets chirp once a second, for example, for 15 seconds, 15 plus 40, it's 55 degrees.
Okay, so once a second, that means they got to be chirping faster. Let's say it's 80 degrees outside. That's 40. Wait, 40 times in 15 seconds. That's a pretty fast cadence.
Well, sometimes, but think about it. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes they go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
maybe it has something to do with the weather.
That's weird.
And they pick up on it,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, those Texas crickets, man.
Texas crickets, man, they always say like grandmas can tell time with their knees, or old men can, like, well, my knees, storm's coming, my knees are bad. And now crickets.
It's crazy.
You
Well,
know,
anyways, whole
God
article
gave
just
us
about
everything
crickets.
we need out in the wilderness. We don't need technology and clocks and stuff like that. It's all there. We just got to be tuned in and listen to it, man. Got to be able to see it with our third eye. I'm getting all Matthew McConaughey now. All right.
Third eye. What'd you find? What's
So
going on
this
in
is
Texas?
one, it piqued my interest because I'm a former trademark attorney, right? And so someone in Houston needs to be slapped for trying to even open a business like this. But
Oh no.
I'll read the Texas Monthly headline is best. And so I'll just quote it. Guns N' Roses welcomes Texas firearms and flower shop to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle with a lawsuit. The band aims to bring them to their knees with a lawsuit.
Okay, someone had
All
way too much fun with this.
Oh, I know, dude. This is one of the punniest articles that's ever existed. It's like,
Oh, boy.
the cold November rain was falling on the business and all that stuff. So, but anyway, a Houston online retailer decides to start a business. What do they call it? They're going to sell firearms and flowers.
It's Guns N' Roses.
Of course, it has to be Guns N' Roses. And what goes together better than firearms and flowers? Honey, I bought a gun. Don't get mad at me because I also bought you flowers.
Sounds perfect.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. So anyway, you can't do that. I mean, this is like a one of those. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't do that.
Well,
I mean,
hold on,
everybody
though.
probably wants to be like, what? Just let them do it, whatever. But like trademark law, that is just you're poking the dragon, man.
But Guns N' Roses, you're talking about a band versus a retail store that's
Okay.
selling something completely separate. And
This
different.
is true. Non-competitive products, no doubt. But why in the world would this retailer have named it that?
They could have just said because we sell Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah. Is that it? Just two
Roses and guns.
We just
were-
always like these. There's a band named that? Well, by golly, I didn't even know. What? They're selling it to, to basically bank off of a famous band.
I'd be willing
And it's
to
a
bet-
clever pun.
Yeah.
But like that's why they're doing it. They're trying to build a whole business banking off the trademark of another company.
Of course. And there's probably more than just that they have that is identified with the band.
I'm sure.
They've got a certain package, the Welcome to the Jungle
probably
package.
changed their website now because I went to their website and it doesn't have any reference to the band really. But I
Yeah.
bet you when it started, it was all Axl Rose holding a dozen roses / playing a AR-15, whatever.
An AR-15, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, if you want to order a gun from Guns N' Roses online retailer, do it quick because they're not going to be around very long. And then, of course, you know, Guns N' Roses took issue with how pro-gun they were. So there's a lot of political stuff wrapped up in it, right? They're like, we don't want to be affiliated with online gun sales at all. Which, all right, sure. But, you know, the question is, like, were people really expecting that this was the band opening an online store? No. No one would have thought, like, oh, I'm going to go buy something and Slash is going to answer the customer service. You know? So, anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. Just as a lesson from a trademark lawyer, don't name your company after a famous band.
Yeah.
Rolling Stones Rock Shop. Don't do it. Don't open a rock shop called Rolling Stones.
Legit advice.
Well, we roll stones. That's what we do. Like, yeah, no, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Or Fleetwood Mac and Cheese. Don't open the Fleetwood Mac and Cheese food truck. Okay? You're going to get shut down. All right. Okay, let's jump over. I'm excited about this one. Texas Music Minute. All right, guys. So this is where we bring you a new artist, maybe an old artist with new music. And this one I'm excited about. So it totally passed me. I think we're just too busy. Mid-November, the Grammy nominations came out.
Yeah.
Did you look at them?
No.
I did, yeah. Yeah. I didn't even know they came out. So that's how far behind I am. But I started looking into them. And there's a lot of Texans nominated for Grammys.
Oh, awesome.
So the most Grammys this year out of any single artist it's always her. Queen Bee. Queen Bee, Beyonce out of Houston. So she released an album, Renaissance. I listened to it. I don't like it.
I think I've heard a song or two, but I'm not a huge Queen Bee fan.
Man,
there's a couple things, but
I mean, the Destiny's Child and the early Put a Ring on It, and you know that kind of stuff had a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
This is more. I don't know. It's just missing me.
Every artist, it seems like when they get later on in their career, they get into that like artistic vibe too.
Yeah, totally.
Where it's like,
totally.
hey, this is an inside joke. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Who needs hooks anymore for anything? We're just gonna kind of freestyle poetry on stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I guess the music critics love it, but it's just kind of lost on me. They don't have the hooks, but she got 9 this year. So we're still going to celebrate her, and she is tied for the most nominations of all time with a male artist. Any guesses who that might be?
Oh,
both of them have 79 nominations.
Holy cow.
79 Grammy nominations. A male artist, he's a rapper. He may sleep in the same bed as her.
Oh, yeah, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Really?
So she tied her husband now for the two artists with the most nominations of all time.
Oh, my God.
At 79. She has 28 wins, and if she wins 3 more Grammys, she becomes the winningest artist of all time. She will tie this conductor named George Solti. No one's ever heard of him. So she gets 3, she ties George. If she gets 4, she becomes the single most of all time. So what a career.
That is,
holy moly. Yeah. All right, so let's go down the list of other artists. Lizzo coming in with 5. Willie coming in with 4. Miranda Lambert's got 4. Maren Morris has 3. And then there's a whole bunch with 1. Spoon, Kelly Clarkson, Cody Johnson, Sleep at the Wheel, Black Pumas, Norah Jones, Gail, Post Malone. So
wait, all of those are just this last year?
Yeah. They're all Grammys.
Wow.
So Texans showing up for the Grammys.
Heck
and then who we're talking about today. So he's got a nomination for Best New Artist. He hails from A-Leaf, Texas, which is West Houston.
Okay.
So it's part of the Houston area.
Yeah.
Toby Nwigwe.
No, never
your
heard.
Favorite. I know you're jamming him. You got him in your 5-disc changer. You got him in your 5-disc. So
5-disc changer.
Best new artist, Toby Nwigwe. I had never heard of this guy, but started listening to music, getting ready for this podcast. I'm like, okay, all right, he's got some jams. A-Leaf, Texas. He's African American. He is on a show called Mo on Netflix, so he must be an actor too. Okay. Played football at UNT. So he's a bigger dude. Of course, played in high school at A-Leaf. Kind of blew up on the scene in 2016. He started posting a song and a video every Sunday. And so amassed this huge online following. They say the moment that he started really catching fire, Michelle Obama put one of his songs on her workout playlist.
Okay.
So he's got a song called I'm Dope. which was on her workout playlist. Remember when she was publishing
Yeah,
that?
I remember that. That was,
and
like
that was always like,
well, his
Barack would do his
too.
too. Yeah, but I thought that was fun. It was a way for them to be like, hey, we're not,
I'm a
just
normal
in our
person.
ivory tower. Like, yeah, like we're normal. We listen to jams too. But like Barack and Michelle, they were a different sort of president. Like Donald Trump wasn't doing that. Joe Biden's not doing that. It's not a
probably can't
political
hear.
issue. They were just sort of like, they were just a different kind of president.
This is true.
All right, so we got it today. Toby Nwigwe, one of his most popular songs on YouTube, Try Jesus.
Try Jesus.
Try Jesus. He's got lots of really hype jam songs.
Okay.
And the ones I listened to were clean. This one is more of a slow song, but it's kind of fun. Try Jesus, not me. Because don't try me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's the basic sentiment. So here we go. Toby Nwigwe.
Try Jesus, not me, 'cause I throw hands. Try Jesus, please don't try me, because I'm fine. I know what he said about getting slapped. But if you touch me or mine, we gon' have to scrap. So, try Jesus, please don't try me, because I'm fine. I have no problem laying these hands. Try Jesus, don't try me, 'cause I throw hands.
All right, there you go.
Awesome.
It's kind of fun. It's it's a slow jam. I kept
Yeah.
waiting for it to pick up. It doesn't really.
Okay.
So, but it is. I was like, it's kind of clever.
I mean, A, he can sing.
And the guy can sing.
And B, I really like the background of the song.
Yeah.
Just the simple guitar and yeah. That's,
He's a rapper. Leans into R&B. Had some good hype songs.
Yeah.
But I couldn't vet them all the way through. Like I know a lot of people listen to this in the car with kids and stuff. So I didn't want to just throw something on and be like, whoa, didn't expect that lyric.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, mostly they were clean. Try Jesus. He seems to be a believer. Sings with his wife. He's married.
Cool.
So we'll see. It's kind of cool. Toby Nwigwe, guys. Good luck at the Grammys.
he was Obama approved.
He was
so.
Obama approved. That's right. Okay, next segment. Let's go. Questions from the back seat.
Are we there yet?
Hey, can you pass me the snacks?
When are we gonna stop? I gotta go.
Okay, this one comes from Chad Osteen. I want your answer first, and then I'll give mine.
Ooh,
what was your
okay.
favorite costume for the show? Favorite costume?
I'm assuming you're talking about favorite costume for you.
Look, you answer for me or yourself. I don't care.
Because I've unfortunately been in a few myself.
I'm saying for you, let me just go. I'll answer. My favorite costume for you, it was without a doubt Miss Hattie's Bordello in San Angelo. And
Yeah.
if we've got a video for this, we might actually just throw up that picture right now.
Wonderful.
On the video.
Wonderful.
It's
Thanks
beautiful,
for that.
Daniel. Beautiful.
That's amazing.
All right. So were you going to say the same thing for yourself?
No, I definitely was not. No, I can't think of all of them. I do remember I played a sniper one time and I had the full ghillie suit on. And it was hot outside.
Dude,
and we
it
were in
was
the trees. It was
90,
humid.
Maybe 100 degrees.
And I remember I was like, I need to lay down. I'm getting like too hot.
Dude, yes, you did.
It was just it was so bad.
Yeah. Because we were filming at Cedar Breaks, pretending like it was Lake Belton.
Yeah.
And the gimmick was that I had been mountain biking, got lost, and ended up mountain biking into Fort Hood.
Yes.
And so these ghillie sniper jumps out and threatens me with a gun, like, get off of the property, you're an intruder.
With futuristic technology, because he pushes something on.
Oh, and he
It's like,
disappeared.
all right, here I go.
But yeah.
Just he's gone, disappears.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
But
the
yeah,
ghillie suit.
man, you've had some good ones. I think the best one that I can think of for you, anytime we can put you in an Irish suit, like of any kind, leprechaun or just whatever it may be, like your accent, you go into character so well.
I get it.
So those are some of my favorites.
Irish roots.
My
Scots
least favorite of you is probably Orange Show, though, because I feel like I got to know you a little too well.
Yeah, you did. I got to know myself a little too well watching that footage. That was not quite right.
Oh man.
So Orange Show was
what about
good.
you?
I kind of have always liked playing the devil, like the Devil's River with the devil kept sneaking up on people.
What?
I
Do
liked
the
that
voice. What's the voice?
Oh, I don't even know. Like,
That's it every time.
oh, hey, day tripper. It's kind of a, what's that show? Fists of Fury or whatever that, Kung Pao, Enter the Fist.
Kung Pao, yes.
He sort of talks like that, guys. One of my favorite movies, by the way. All right. So another question. Dave Kinnery, have you done a show in El Paso? Longer than a day trip, but good food. And I wanted to bring up, yes, we have.
We absolutely.
And so this is a shameless plug for our website. For people who hadn't been on our website, we have lots of old episodes up there. People hadn't seen a lot of them because we've been doing this for so long. But there's an El Paso show. L&J's Mexican food, phenomenal. Chico's Tacos, guys.
Tacos.
And
Are
then
they
some
really a
stuff-
taco?
Is it a taco? I don't know. This is debated for centuries. Since the 1700s, I think.
Tastes good.
Yeah. And then, like, man, there's, we've been doing this so long. We did the Weiler Tramway, the gondola that went to the top of the mountains. That's not even operated anymore.
Oh, it isn't?
No, they closed that down. State Park was going to have to spend so much to renovate it, and it just wasn't feasible.
That's amazing.
So, anyway, that's a great episode. Go find it. Okay, here's one I had to look up. This is from Tiffany Schadenfreude. Yep.
All right.
One of our German.
I was just trying to think that. I think it's German.
Schadenfreude. Fruity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So she wrote in, where can you find the oldest rock in Texas? I had to look it up.
You're standing on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's called Earth.
Look down.
It's been around the
So no, like, okay, so there's a lot of people who watch our show. They're rock hounds. They're into rocks. They get their jollies going around and digging up rocks, looking at rocks, polishing rocks.
Mm-hmm.
We've met a lot of them.
We have.
And so I had to look this up. The oldest rock in Texas, which is, basically on the surface, you don't have to drill and mine for it, is in the Llano Uplift.
Really?
So the Llano Uplift, for those that don't know, it's a geological anomaly where a really old rock that should be way down deep pushed up, uplifted, and started pushing out and actually broke the surface. So if you're driving through Austin and you're noticing, limestone, and then you get to Llano, Mason, Marble Falls, Fredericksburg, you'll start to see that granite, right?
Yeah,
like Enchanted Rock. Enchanted Rock is a perfect example. The Enchanted Rock should be way down in the earth, and because they just pushed up, we have Enchanted Rock to go and hike. So it's this uplift, the Llano Uplift. Just to give you an idea, they estimate the rock in the Llano Uplift is 1.3 billion years old. 1.3 billion years old. And just to give you some perspective or context, the Jurassic period, Jurassic Park, dinosaurs, that was 56 million years ago. So you're talking like 56 million. That's half as old as this rock, even less than half as old. So,
well, way less. 56 million versus 1 point something billion.
Yeah. So,
half would be
you got to go to
500.
100 million,
It's like a
then
tenth.
200 million. Yeah, that's like a
Less than a tenth.
half a percent. Yeah,
Yeah.
5%.
5%. There you go.
That's crazy.
Well, I like numbers.
Yeah, I know. Man, we can add good on this show. I like rocks. I'll just bang the rocks together and into
This
my
is
head.
an old one
I was
right
like,
here.
yeah, because you don't go to a billion when you get to 100 million. You got to go up 10 times that.
Yeah.
So whatever. All right.
That's
Tiffany,
crazy.
we are not the smartest people, but we like barbecue and rocks. That was my Forrest Gump.
I may not be a smart man, but I know a rock when I see it.
Yeah, exactly. Forrest Gump is such a good movie.
That's great.
All right. Okay. Next up. Oh, hey, just a reminder. If you guys have questions, email them. podcast@thedaytripper.com. Leave a comment on this video or on this podcast, wherever. We're constantly scouring all of it. We would love to answer your questions. Those were some good ones. All right. Fan rants and musings. Here we go.
Hey, Day Tripper, I got a bone to pick with you. Oh my goodness, it's the Day Tripper. We love your show.
Okay, so I love this because these people write no holds barred. Not that we have that bad ones today. I got one bad one because I always like.
I hate to say this, but sometimes they're my favorite.
The bad ones are my favorite.
I love to hear people's criticisms.
Okay, this comes from Laura Clayton. This is a good one.
Okay.
I love your show. I am addicted. You need to check out Bonham, Texas. We've heard that a bunch.
Yeah,
recently.
we have.
It just says, I tell everyone you're eating your way through Texas.
Accurate.
Hey, yeah.
Accurate.
What's that show, The Day Trip? Well, he eats his way through Texas.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny people fixate on the food because the food is like 8 minutes tops of the show.
It really is.
8 minutes
Out of
the
a
show.
25-minute show.
8 minutes is food. And people will be like, oh, like
It's all about the food.
Yeah. So Laura loves the food. Here's the bad one. This so it turns out not everybody does.
All right.
This comes from Paul R. Bean. He's in the Radio Hall of Fame, Texas Radio Hall of Fame. It was in his signature on his email. So, Paul, congrats on the honor. That's pretty huge. He says, love the show, but how about fewer close-ups of the host eating? Bleh. Too much focus on food. Some Saturdays, I don't know if I'm watching my PBS travel show or the Food Network. But overall, love the show.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, but he's saying, like, quit eating. Or maybe he's saying no close-ups.
I think that's more of on me, like criticism of
dude. We learned this the hard way. Like, I used to just take a bite and start talking.
Yeah.
And so the first couple seasons, it is disgusting. Watch them. I am just sitting there talking with my mouth full. Like my mama didn't teach me no manners, and it is gross. And it wasn't until we started editing, I'm like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah, we can't show that.
I can't. But like, we couldn't go refilm it.
That's where the J's and L's come in.
I know.
Like,
so now I take a bite, chew, give the day tripper eye rolls.
Ooh. And then underneath that, we can already hear you start to talk.
Yep. Because I've chewed. What you don't see, it's actually extremely boring to watch me eat in person.
It's way worse for the crew.
I swallow. I wash my mouth out with water. Then I start to talk. My mama did teach me something.
Yeah.
I just had to learn it after seeing it and be like, mama was right. Mama was right. All right, this one comes from David DeWeese. Chet, keep up the great episodes. I just went to Country Tavern. Awesome ribs. That's outside of Kilgore.
Yeah.
And by the way, you need to grow a Texas-sized beard. Just quit shaving for 6 months.
You did grow a pretty thick beard at one point.
I did. Comstock
you not like
episode.
it?
Seminole Canyon. No, it was fun while it lasted. But overall, too much work.
I was going to say,
it
is a lot. Anytime I've grown mine out,
yeah.
I'll never get to John Mark level.
Dude, John Mark.
John Mark.
A thing of beauty.
It's
of beauty.
But man, yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yep. And then like you would think like, oh, quit shaving. That's like the easiest thing you can do.
Yeah, if you don't care how you look.
It doesn't go that doesn't work that way.
I know. Honestly, I think the laziest thing you can do, which sounds everybody's going to disagree with this completely. The laziest thing you could do is shave. Because it's so much easier.
It's
so
way easier.
It's hard to manicure or maintain a beard.
Yep.
Especially like a thick. Oh gosh, forget it.
You got balms and lotions, conditioners, oils. Then you got the trimming and the shaping.
No.
Having a beard is hard.
I actually bought a beard flat iron at one point. I did.
What?
Yeah, because I learned that as mine grows out, it kind of curls.
Okay.
And I found this one, and it was not a flat iron like you pinch it.
Like a chi? Is that what it's called?
No, it looks like a brush.
Okay.
But in between the little things that stick out, it's got like a flat iron. So you can just brush it flat.
Do you plug it in? Is it warm?
You had to plug it in.
Oh, wow.
It was I burned myself a few times, and I was like, I don't like this.
Now I have to grow a beard
Like-
because I have burn scars on my face.
Right? But yeah, it's too much work. I'm out.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do this just so I can have a little something, and then
Yep. Way easier. The trimmed beard. It's enough maintenance, low maintenance.
yeah. Well, the other quick thing I was going to say for you though is people don't realize, but you have to have almost an evergreen appearance.
I do.
So if you grew out a
Yeah.
long beard and then didn't maintain that for years, it's always going to be like, oh, is that pre-beard Chet or
post-beard Chet.
So like,
One of the hardest things is when I have been just inconsistent with the beard. Trim it, shave it, don't care. Because
Yeah.
there's been times where it's like, all right, for some reason, we didn't get a shot in an episode.
yeah, pickup shot.
A pickup shot, or one location canceled the last minute, so we got to go back and get this location. And I'm like, oh dang, I can't go. I had a longer beard. we can't go film that segment until my beard grows. Sorry, guys. We're on beard watch.
Yep.
Like, settle in. We got 2 weeks, and I'll grow the beard in. It's been weird, and you don't think about that until literally it was like, I think there was first time I realized it was like the night before. I'm like, oh gosh, I've got no, like I'm not even close to that beard.
Yeah,
because I trimmed it, shaved it, just wasn't thinking. So now I try to have consistent beard consistency throughout a season.
You have like a number guard that you just stick with?
Yeah. 1.5.
Like 1.5.
One and a half. Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes I would go 1 or even a half just for kicks, feeling a little wild. All right. So anyway, thanks for the comments. We do love comments. Even if you hate us, please let us know. We're just going to brush them haters off, but we like it. We like it secretly. All right, remember the code podcast gets you a discount at the Day Tripper World Headquarters, shop.thedaytripper.com. And thanks for joining us. We'll be here next month. Y'all, what we want to know from y'all, what is your 2023 Texas travel bucket list? All right? So send it in and let us know. We would love to help encourage y'all. And just, I love knowing what people are doing, knowing that they're dreaming, that they're excited about whatever's next. So remember, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Thanks to our producer, Mr. Alex Fort, over here rocking the turntables. All right, Daniel, take us out.
Happy New Year, guys.
And vaya con Dios, amigos.